Брошенный в огне, кто читает свои сны, поклоняюсь темноте.
Hey y'all, what is up? What is good? How are y'all doing today? BlackGhostFace is here to do an animal reaction. And this video is from Top 5 Best, called 10 Dangerous Animals You Should Run Away From. Good to know. So, hey, sit back and relax, folks, because we're diving in to 10 animals we should immediately, by default, run away from.
The world is filled with millions of species of animals. Some of them are quite harmless, quietly living their lives, while some of them are just downright dangerous and sometimes very aggressive.
Yep.
Today we're going to be looking at 10 of the most dangerous animals that you should honestly run away from. Make
Honestly.
sure you stay tuned and stay away from number 1. The number of fatalities these animals cause is simply staggering. Number 10.
Number 10.
Sharks.
Sharks?
Okay, so technically you
How
can't
is this?
run away from this thing, but hey, you could swim pretty fast, I suppose. It's up to you, really. We're not talking about an individual
How is it number
species of
10?
shark here, though. We're lumping
How
the
is number
entire
10
family
the
in
word
as a
sharks?
whole. Movies and media are often spreading the picture of sharks as being ferocious killers that eat and destroy everything that...
First of all, no. Number 10 is sharks? No, number 10 should be like, I don't know, leeches or something. Something, or maybe, I don't know what kind of, like, maybe like a giant, like a spider or something, but I don't know. I don't know all the animals in the world, but sharks, number 10, no. No. So something is off about this list.
comes in no way. But it's quite exaggerated that many shark species are harmless to humans, except for some like the tiger shark. You see, each year there are around 75 shark attacks where most arise from a misunderstanding that a server looks similar to seals. However, only 10 out of these attacks result in the death of the victim. With that said, of course, sharks, especially the great white and bull sharks and tiger sharks, are incredibly powerful predators that should always be respected.
My
However,
goodness.
for at least 2 out of 3 of them, they don't really see humans as food. I'll give you a guess who does see you as food.
Yeah,
So
until
if
they
you're
start
scared of sharks,
bleeding.
don't think of them as monsters
I
killing
got an
thousands of
owie.
people each year, because that is simply not true. Although that really shouldn't encourage you to go and pet one. Number 9.
Alright.
Ants.
Ant?
It's quite counterintuitive to think that ants are more dangerous animals than
Yeah,
sharks.
yeah.
But the fact is that they are. In fact, ants are about 3 times as deadly as sharks. Where sharks cause the average of 10 fatalities yearly, ants cause about 30 every year. One particular species to take note of is the bulldog ant. This red, angry-looking variety of ant is one of the largest and most aggressive species of ants on the planet. They have large mandibles and venomous stings that in humans can cause intense pain, the worst of any insect sting that can last for several days. They're so aggressive that whenever this ant is cut in half, the head and tail will actually fight and try to kill each other.
What?
I suppose that gives new meaning to the I'll kick anyone's butt, even my own. Another ant worth mentioning is the bullet ant. They are known to have one of the most painful stings. It's found in South America and is also known as the 24-hour ant because of the pain you feel for up to 24 hours after being stung. Some victims even describe being stung by this ant as painful as being shot with a bullet, hence the name.
Wow.
Number 8.
Wow.
Bees and wasps.
Oh my god.
You shouldn't go near them.
Get
Next
away
number.
from me!
Number...
What?
Fine. In truth, bees
Oh,
and
by the way,
wasps
just
should
like
have
that,
landed
no
higher on our list
explanation?
of the most dangerous animals in the
Bro.
world.
Bro, I swear. Ants, I can understand. They crawl on you. They bite you and everything, but did not know there's some that can involve everlasting pain. But bees and wasps, oh my god, there better be hornets in here. Hornets better be like top 5, because I'm telling you, seeing a bee is one thing, but if you see a hornet, no
The
words.
problem is, nobody
No
in the world
words.
is actively keeping track of fatalities attributed
Seeing
to
a
them.
beehive
In
around
the
your
US
house,
alone, 50 people per year succumb to bee
call
and
the
wasp
exterminator.
attacks. For all we know, that number could balloon to 500 if we include worldwide attacks. Case in point is the Japanese giant hornet. Every year, up to 40 deaths are recorded by the sting of Japanese hornets.
No.
The venom
No.
of Japanese hornets would cause an allergic reaction and dissolve tissues within the shortest time. The repeated stinging from the group of hornets could also result in a very, very painful death. Japanese hornets are very aggressive and they're fearless. One hornet alone is more than capable of dispatching 40 individual bees by all its lonesome. However, guess what? These guys rarely operate alone. Each colony of Japanese hornets contains up to 700 members, and they feed on honeybee larvae to a significant amount. Yeah, that's right. These things eat bees, the other thing that could sting ya. They eat it for breakfast. Number 7. Deer.
Deer? You telling me a deer? Now I can understand the ones with the antlers and everything. I totally understand that, but they're not dangerous like that. You could just scare it off and everything. Get a chair and just scare it off or something. I know that probably wouldn't work and everything, but still though, a deer. I can understand if it's leeches. I can understand if it's a skunk. I can understand if it's a honey badger. I can even understand if it's like a tapeworm or something, or something. A bear, a jaguar, a leopard, a tiger, crocodile, alligator, something like that. But a deer? If we see a deer, we must go take pictures, maybe go try to feed the deer or something. You know what I mean? AKA, baby, we would feed the doggone deer. But no, a deer is top 10. Wow. I can understand the ants, I can understand the bees, the wasps, the hornets. But a deer? Alright.
Okay, seriously, follow me on this one, please. You wouldn't think it, but deer are actually pretty dangerous creatures. Oh, what's that? You don't believe me? Well, guess what? The yearly worldwide average of deer-related fatalities is at least 300 people. I guess you won't look at Bambi the same anymore. But how come these normally docile and adorable creatures be the cause of so many deaths? Well, deer have horns. And you might think that this would be the main cause of human fatalities. But no, that's very wrong. Admittedly, there have been recorded cases of fatal deer horn impalement, but that's very rare and far in between. In fact, the latest one being a man in Arkansas who was gored to death by a deer he shot and thought it was already dead only in October of this year.
No.
The vast majority of deer-related fatalities happen when deer cross the road, usually at dusk or at dawn. Couple that with a sleepy driver, then we have a definite recipe for disaster. In the US alone, over 150 cases are reported each year of people running over deer on the highway, with very tragic results. Number 6. Elephants. Okay, yeah, this one makes a bit more sense.
Understandable.
Again, much like deer, elephants would be the
Highly
last animals you would think could be dangerous to humans because generally they're viewed as big, dopey little animals. When you think of an elephant, you probably think of them as kind, gigantic, intelligent, majestic creatures who never forget.
It's true, but
the thing is, because they're so large and so smart, they pose more of a danger to us than you would think.
Yes, they do.
Elephants will attack if they are injured, or if they feel threatened, or heck, if they just feel like it.
If they feel like it.
That one scene from Dumbo where Dumbo's mother protects him from those kids is really inaccurate.
Yeah.
A lot more bloodshed and body parts. And because they're so big, if they do decide to attack, most of the time the results will be fatal. While doing research for this video, I myself was quite surprised to find out that over 500 fatalities are caused by raging elephant attacks every year. Most of these incidents are caused by elephant bulls who were cast out of the herd, making them all sorts of crazy. Or, by overprotective mothers with calves. I guess that one's a little more understandable.
Yeah.
In one instance, a 44-year-old man working as an elephant keeper was attacked by a cow elephant when he tripped over a foot chain while the animal was being medically treated. This poor man fell down and was consequently repeatedly attacked with elephant tusks. The man sustained multiple stab injuries to both groin regions, a penetrating injury to the abdominal wall with traumatic prolapse of the loops of the small bowel, multiple defects of the mesentery, and incomplete laceration of the abdominal aorta with massive bleeding into the abdominal cavity. In addition to these penetrating injuries, the man sustained multiple rib fractures with contusion of both lungs and laceration of the right lobe of the liver, as well as comminuted fractures of the pelvic arch and left femoral body. For those of us not familiar with medical terms, that just means a whole lot of bad right there. The man died shortly after he had been received at the hospital, sadly. Number 5.
Now, this is totally understandable. Getting attacked by an elephant, yeah, nowhere near a laughing matter, obviously. Now, of course, getting attacked by a deer, again, you can defend yourself. An elephant, you cannot defend yourself. See, number 7, if it was, like I said, a gorilla, in a silverback gorilla. If it was that, you know, for sure you will be losing that fight, indubitably. But a deer just gotta, you know, grab something, maybe a torch, and scare the deer away. Scare the deer away. Or maybe a loud sound like an air horn or something. I don't know. I don't know what can scare the deer away like that, but I know something like an object to defend yourself, to scare the deer away. But an elephant, unless you have a damn mouse, you're not gonna scare that motherfucker away. I mean, because really, if a big animal, I remember I seen it one time in a video, an elephant start bucking. If an animal that size starts bucking at you, that's mean you need to get the fuck on. You need to run. You need to underlay for your life, because it basically told you to scram. Elephant, top 10, dangerous, yes. Run away immediately.
Hippos. The hippo is considered
Understood.
by many as one of the most dangerous animals in the world, and the locals in Africa claim that hippos kill more people than crocodiles, lions, elephants, and cheetahs combined.
They have the jaws.
They are the third largest land mammal on Earth after the elephant and the rhinoceros. Their closest relatives are whales, from which they diverged about 55 million years ago. They're semi-aquatic, inhabiting rivers, lakes, and mangrove
like
swamps.
30 watermelons.
They also spend the day submerged in river mud and can come out at dusk to graze on grass. They eat over 100 pounds of vegetation a day, and they can easily kill a crocodile. Yeah, they didn't expect that part. The thing is, there are no reliable sources that can confirm the rumor, but there are lots of evidence that suggests there were at least 500 deaths related to hippos each year. And that number could potentially be a lot higher. Their massive jaws could easily crush a human if they wanted to, and there have been documented cases of hippos just suddenly deciding to attack a human. Marius Els had a pet hippo which he had had since it was just a few months old. The hippo seemed tame, allowing Els to hand feed it and even swim with it. Then one day an ambulance was called out to Els' home and they found him covered with multiple hippo bites. Apparently the hippo just suddenly attacked him and pulled him underwater. He was pronounced DOA in the hospital, but I have no idea what happened to that killer hippo. Number 4.
Now look, I can understand you wanna like, oh, mommy, I want this kitty cat. Sweetie, that is a lion. Oh, but it's just a little kitty cat. No. A hippo as like a pet, I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening at all. There's a difference between a pet and wildlife. A hippo belongs to the wilds. National Geographic. But the moment I said hippo, it was top 5. And the thing about it is, hippos can chase you. I mean, yeah, you can run, yeah, no problem, but what if you start getting tired before the hippo does? And what if you get caught in its jaws of destruction? Jesus, help me now.
Crocodiles.
Crocodiles.
A prehistoric animal that has survived tens of thousands of years with ancestors predating the dinosaurs. The crocodile is certainly one of the world's most dangerous animals in name.
Yes, it is.
It's a real killer machine with power, speed, and a tough body that can endure most. Except for hippos. Why are hippos above the croc anyway?
Yeah, they are.
Unfortunately, the larger species of crocodiles don't have a problem seeing humans as their prey, and the reason for crocodiles not killing more people is likely because we know of the dangers and try to stay away as much as possible. The movie Lake Placid taught me well to avoid all of these. Or was that an alligator? I don't know. Either way, it was scary. There actually was a case of a crocodile seemingly preferring to attack people. In the Philippines, 3 people were said to be attacked and eaten by the same crocodile on different times. It started with a 12-year-old girl who was attacked while she was crossing a river, quickly followed 2 months later when her uncle was ripped to shreds. Then finally a man disappeared and was rumored to be attacked by the same crocodile. A few days later, a crocodile was spotted clutching a severed human arm in its jaws. The number of deaths attributed to them is about 1,000 a year, but it could also be higher considering that most crocodiles live in non-developed countries with poor population and lack of official records. If you want a real crocodile horror story, look up Gustav the Crocodile. That guy's still around and actually hunts humans who try to hunt him. Number 3.
Prehistoric.
Dogs.
Dogs?
Again, another unlikely entry into our list of the world's most dangerous animals,
I mean,
but man's
yeah, they got
best friend
some
can also
breeds
be
of
man's
dogs.
worst enemy. Would you believe me if I tell you that the dog causes more fatalities every year than all of our previous entries combined?
Yeah.
Well, you should.
Yeah.
As dog-related fatalities reach a staggering 24,000 every single year. It's not that dogs kill people directly, although some dog breeds are certainly able to do so. Most reported fatalities are due to rabies, which is transmitted to humans when an infected dog bites a human. Rabies is very deadly, and although a vaccine is readily available, there are still a lot of fatalities because symptoms can lie dormant for years before they act up. And when they do, it's often too late, resulting in death. One problem with dogs is that they decide to attack you, running away from them is simply not an option, as most of these guys can outrun a full-grown human.
Yep.
Now it's time for the day's best pick.
Now, I can understand that. I mean, deers? Alright, sure. But dogs, yeah. I mean, I'm surprised. Wait a minute. How come? Where's wolves? You know what? Let's go number
Today
1.
we'll be looking at an animal whose looks alone will make you run in the opposite direction.
What the fuck is
Number
that?
2.
Number 2.
Centipedes. Looking more like creatures from another planet rather than native to Earth, centipedes are truly terrifying creatures.
Yeah.
There are an estimated 8,000 kinds of centipedes worldwide, but only 3,000 of them have been fully described. Even so, the sheer terror with these guys inspiring people are more often than not to send someone in a panic, and with good reason. Although centipede bites are rarely fatal, they do hurt. Some have even been compared to being shot. But still, that shouldn't be enough to make a fully grown man run away, right? Well, modern centipedes might not make you run for it, but they have an ancestor that will certainly do the job. Arthropleura was an 8.5-foot-long millipede from the Carboniferous era. And though it was herbivorous, likely feeding on dead plant matter like modern millipedes, it still has a pretty big scare factor. Just because it won't try to eat you doesn't prevent it from being creepy while it scuttles about. Fossil trackways have been discovered showing that Arthropleura could move and maneuver quickly, undulating hundreds of legs in rhythm to nauseate and disturb anyone watching. These are the largest known land invertebrates of all time, and it is unlikely that they had any predators, but it could probably rear up into a defensive posture and look you straight in the eyes.
I saved the best for last, but first, I have a quick challenge that takes only 5 seconds.
Centipedes?
If you
Yeah.
like and subscribe
People will run away
in
from
the
that.
next 5 seconds, you'll get 10 years of amazing luck. Just try it.
Let me see. Number 1.
Number 1. Snakes. Oh, it had to be snakes. Venomous snakes and anacondas are definitely some of the most dangerous animals in the world, which is easily noted by the number of deaths per year related to snake
Rattlesnake.
bites. Current estimations are around
Automatically
50,000
hightail it and
deaths a
run.
year, but that number could very well be higher considering that many of the most dangerous snakes live in non-developed countries with poor population and lack of healthcare and official records. With that said, the number of deaths by snakes is not specific to one species, but rather spread out among all snake species. And there are countless of snakes that could kill humans. Just as there are countless of snakes that are harmless.
I'm going to ask y'all this one question. Do you or do you not agree with that list? Do you or do you not agree with the top 10 animals you would run away from? Because honestly, if there was animals to like run away from, well, let's see. What about tigers? What about lions? What about wolves? Bears? Cougars? I mean, yeah, I get it. They are like the, apex predators and all that. I mean, if I had to put number 7, instead of deer, I would have put a bear. Cause if you see a bear, I mean, yeah, you can try to run, but there's some animals in this world that can catch you while you're running. Really, I would have put a bear for number 7. For number 3, I would have put wolves, or at least a tiger, a lion. Huh? What about spiders? What about that? What about spiders? There are people who are afraid of spiders. I mean, hello, have you not seen like certain videos where people will see a spider in their room and then they try to kill it, come back with a shoe or something, the next minute it's gone. Like, where did it go? And you end up burning the house down because a spider. A spider. Imagine a jumping spider. Oh, come on now. Must I go on? But if I were to ask y'all, what 10 animals would you run away from? Now, the majority from this list does make sense. Really. Ants, sure. I mean, because there's ants like in the house and all that. Yeah, that's kind of a problem. I would say leeches. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, leeches are another thing. I mean, you got sea mammals and everything. Sharks. Why is sharks number 10? Sharks should have been like top 5. You see a shark immediately, you're gonna hightail it out of there. So my question is, okay, you got sharks in there, you got crocodiles, you got hippos. What about piranhas? What about piranhas? I mean, we all know sharks, one thing, we see a shark, we're gonna swim like crazy. But what about piranhas? We will swim like our life is on the line if, like, okay, piranha. I'm just saying that'd be my list. I would include things to run away from. Hippos, I don't know. You can try your best. You have to be a certain individual with incredible cardio to run away from a hippo. You can't run away from dogs. You can't run away from wolves, cougars, jaguars, and all that. You can't run from them. Lions, pretty much cannot. I mean, really. Unless you're really that fast. Let's say a tiger, maybe. Gorilla, a silverback gorilla, an ape. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. I mean, woo. I mean, if it was like top 10 to run away from, I would have put the worst of the worst in there. But hope y'all enjoyed the video, though. If you want to stay tuned to contents, I will say stop the buttons down below. You will see the next video. Hope you have a good day, though. Stay safe. And, of course, you all already know BlackGhostFace out.